Well, hello everybody. It is your best little friend in the whole wide world, Mr. Topo. And tonight, I just got back from seeing Public Enemies, the new film starring Christian Bale and Johnny Depp. So it's Batman versus Captain Jack Sparrow. Public Enemies, and unlike every other internet reviewer, I will take the high road and not make some kind of Flavor Flav or Chuck D reference. Just to get all the formalities out of the way, Johnny Depp plays John Dillinger, famous bank robber from the 30s, and Christian Bale plays a FBI agent named Melvin something. Something silly. I don't remember. It's real, obviously, but I don't remember. Melvin something. And Melvin is part of what's his name? J. Edgar Hoover's new look G-men. So they're using modern techniques to take down the country's most notorious bank robber. There's your story. And spoiler alert. If you want those, go to Wikipedia, look it up, and you can pretty much see what happens to John Dillinger. This is a tough movie for me because I really wanted to like it. I guess first off, I could just say right out that I didn't like it at all. This movie, to me, was a huge disappointment. Up and down, you have talented people involved in this. Bale, I find very entertaining. Johnny Depp, I mean, it goes without saying, that guy's like Jesus Christ and ice cream and pizza all rolled into one. He's fantastic. The broad that plays Johnny Depp's girlfriend in the movie is attractive. She has an accent that appears and disappears occasionally, which is kind of strange, but she's even okay. She's won an Oscar. I don't remember her names, but good for you, whoever you are. You're hot. There's a lot of cameos in this, but I'm getting off topic. Michael Mann is the director of this. Michael Mann, known for such great films as Heat, The Insider. Usually a pretty solid director. Hasn't really come out with anything lately that I can remember that was any good. But I could be wrong. The last thing I remember that I saw that he did was Collateral, and that was just terrible. But anyway, this movie, Public Enemies, first and foremost, it is really long. And to me, it seemed like the entire movie, they didn't have a very good script, and they just stretched. Now, I know that it's based on historical evidence, and to me, or not evidence, sorry, it's very late. It's based on historical fact, or, they're interpreting things. But the problem is you know what's going to happen eventually, so it makes things seem even that much more drawn out. But this movie just doesn't have any soul. Scenes just progress, and at points it feels like it's moving too fast, but at points it feels like it's moving too slow. You're never really connected to any of the characters. Even Dillinger and Melvin, they're just there, and they try to drum up some emotion with the love interest of Dillinger, but that feels forced. And the ending, without giving anything away, the ending is really forced, and it just seemed tacked on, and the romance angle that they try to play is really hammy and unnecessary, but it felt like they were desperately trying to add something to the movie, because otherwise the movie is just scenes. I mean, as silly as that sounds, it's just one sequence of scenes after another, and nothing really sticks to you. There's nothing really that holds you around into the movie. It's just really boring and feels drawn out. I mean, what else is there? Michael Mann's directing in this is subpar in my opinion. He uses what I think is digital video in a lot of the shots, and it just looks corny. It doesn't hold up. It feels out of place half the time, and there's even a few shots where he does like a sepia tone, like it's through like an old camera, so he has to show that, and that just seems really, really awful. But again, the impression that I came away from this movie is that there's a lot of great things in it, but there's nothing really good about it. There's nothing that sticks out in this movie that says this movie's great. There's nothing. There's no like scene. You know, there's no scene. There's no bank robbery scene in Heat in this movie, to use a Michael Mann example. You're gonna watch this movie and it draws on and drags on, and it's just there. It's just milquetoast and boring. The other thing that kind of bothered me, and you know, I kind of understand what they were going for, but at the same time, it's way too heavy-handed. John Dillinger is like the greatest guy, and the cops are evil. And you can draw parallels. They're obviously trying to our current situation with things like the Patriot Act and the question of how far do you go for justice, because they're like torturing people and stuff. But it gets really old. Like John Dillinger is like, you know, it's just like he's a guy you just want over for a beer. And, you know, the cops are beating women and shooting people, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just another part of the movie where you're like, really? And one of the biggest problems I had with the entire movie, there's one scene that drove me crazy. The entire movie is John Dillinger, you know, getting away from cops. A lot of times in clever ways. But a lot of times he's just walking past them. Now, I understand that it's 1933 and they don't have televisions, but they know what the guy looks like, and all he's doing in half these scenes is he has sunglasses and a mustache. There's even one scene where he goes into the friggin' police headquarters with a room full of cops, talks to them, and they don't recognize him. His picture is all over the wall. The only thing that's different between what's on the picture and what's, you know, standing 3 feet in front of him is he has sunglasses on. I mean, it's like a Clark Kent Superman thing. I mean, maybe this really happened. Maybe it happened just like that. Maybe people in the 30s were so fucking bummed out because of the Depression, they just lost all their common sense. But in the movie, it just seems like I get the fact that Dillinger is like real brash, and he throws, you know, how clever he is into the cops' faces, but it's just like beating you over the head with a hammer at certain points in this movie. But again, I'm all over the place. I'm kind of tired. Sorry. That's not very professional of me. But yeah, Public Enemies, stay away from this one. I can't recommend it. As much as I love every person, well, not every person, but most of the people involved with this one, it doesn't come together well. The script is really weak, and it just doesn't go anywhere. And it's just not something I can recommend. I didn't like it. I went from about halfway through the movie saying this movie is just painfully mediocre to by the end I was just, this movie's horrible, it needs to end. You could have told Public Enemies, the story in Public Enemies, you could have told that in half an hour. It just feels like filler. It just drags and it goes on and on and on. Much like this review, so I will cut it short. But yeah, Public Enemies, sorry I gotta give that one a big thumbs down. Am I gonna get sued for that? But yeah, Public Enemy sucks, and sorry. I wish somebody had told me this before I wasted my $10. But anyhow, have a good night, and hopefully the next movie I review I can tell you it was good. So, you know, fingers crossed on that one. Alright, peace out, and you guys try to forget the fact that I just said peace out. See ya.